Hi everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and this week's video is about English language tests. Some of my students have asked me to do some videos or some lessons about TOEFL or IELTS or other English tests. And this is just a brief video to get you started. Some want to know how to prepare. What can you do? There's so many things you can do to prepare for the English language test. But in this video, I'm going to talk about one suggestion that will really help with the reading, the speaking, the listening, all of the aspects, and the writing, all of the aspects that you need for any English language test. In the next screen, I'm going to do a bit of a screen share to show you how to use news events to help you prepare for any English language test. Oops, my mistake. It's actually going to be the next slide that I do the screen share. I just wanted to show you the address of the site we're going to find some news events. This is very useful, news.google.com, but you can use any site on the internet if you don't have access to Google or you just don't like it. You can use anything else. So that's the one we're going to use in the next screen. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is type in the address that I mentioned in the previous slide, news.google.com. You can use others, but this one gives a long list of current events, and you can look at the top stories, or you can look at local. Here it's Guelph, Ontario, because that's where I live, the world or Canada or business or technology, entertainment, sports, science, health. So there's lots of things we can look at. I'm going to click on science, and there's lots of topics here. Massive iceberg set to break off Antarctic ice shelf, so I'll click on that. I'll have a look at that, but you can choose whatever you're interested in, because that makes it easier to practice something if you're interested in it. And this should bring up this event, and what you should do is read the article, and you can see there's a graphic, but the article is relatively short here, and that gives you the reading practice while you're reading the article. You can also jot down some notes, and then afterwards you can write about the event or the topic more fully. You can give your ideas or your perspective on the topic, either in a couple of paragraphs, or you could write a short essay, because for many English language tests you have to write a short essay. So that will give you practice in writing short essays. Then you can take that information and create a video using your cell phone or your computer. You can create a video presenting your thoughts about the topic. And you can either use what you've written, or you can do something a little different for the video, but that written information will be the fodder that you can use to create your video. So that will give you speaking practice. Then watch your own video and write down what you said. And that again will give you the listening practice. You're listening to yourself, and you can do these steps as often as you need to make improvements. So if you didn't understand something you read, you can go back to the original article, or if you think your writing is not as good as it could be, you could do a bit of a rewrite. Or if when you're listening to your speaking on the video, you hear some pronunciation or something that could be corrected, you can repair that at that time. So this covers all of the areas of reading, listening, writing, and speaking, and there are so many different interesting events. You can pick something that's suitable for you, and it can be quite exciting actually to have all of these modes of expression that you can practice at once. So try this method out. I'm sure it's going to help you a lot. If you keep practicing, you'll always get better. And this gives you the opportunity to practice reading and writing and speaking and listening, all of the aspects that you need. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that sometimes having a coach or a tutor can be very helpful, because they can give you feedback and some direction, so you know more precisely what you need to do to correct any errors or any problems that you're experiencing. And of course, I'm the owner and director of L.T.L Tutoring Central and offer lessons and courses in English writing and speaking. So if you want, get a hold of me on the website. You can email me. Below this video, I'll put some coupons for some online courses that you can do. And some of those have feedback from me as well. Even though most of it you do on your own, there's still some feedback there. So keep practicing, keep trying, and I'm sure you're going to do very well. It's Ron again from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.